Welcome to Hive AV. Today we'll be going over Hive Nodes. The concept is simple. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. The devices that Hall Technology makes, they're only so capable by themselves, but connected and working together, they're very powerful. Let's go over some definitions. What is a node? A node is a point at which lines or pathways intersect or branch. A central or connecting point for data transfer or operational control. What is Hive? Hive, in the sense that we're talking about, is a network system for advanced data processing where nodes collaboratively manage tasks as a cluster of devices that enhance performance. And Hive E is software that unifies a group of independent smart devices, each acting as a node. The Hive Touch can act as an all-in-one single room solution, or it can combine with other Hive Touches to control many rooms, a whole building, or even a campus. Hive Node kits. These are IoT devices that are powered over Ethernet. Each kit comes with a Hive Node Mini with adapters that allow IP to RS-232, IR, or relay control. Versa 4K. Ultra high definition AV over IP devices that are powered over Ethernet and act as nodes for CC, RS-232, and IR control. Together, they form something very powerful, form a collective intelligence that far surpasses what they could do on their own. This is what teamwork looks like, each being able to work independently and then come together for a common cause. Audio-visual control. And they act as a powerful solution for controlling displays, projectors, video walls, matrix switchers, amplifiers, digital signal processors, cameras, and unified communication systems. Unlimited control and scalability from Hall Technologies. Let's start with the Hive Touch, with the Hive AV app. Like the other nodes, this is a powered over Ethernet device. And its only method of controlling things is TCP/IP, is over the network. But it still can do so much control without anything else, right? Just being able to connect over the network and then send the needed API commands to control a device. What it does best are the more complicated that need to control, like matrix switchers. It's great with MC200, all the HSM line of switchers, and of course, Versa, our smartest matrix switcher. And it can control displays, projectors, and video walls. It can do audio control as well, different DSPs, amplifiers, and systems that control microphone and speaker audio. It can control unified communication devices such as PTZ cameras, also our Odyssey and our Calypso phones, speaker bars. And lastly, it can combine with other Hive Touches. This is what really makes it a node, and it can become something so much more. By connecting with 1, 2, 10, 100 other Hive Touches, it can control many rooms. It can control a floor, a building, even a campus. Let's take a closer look. The Hive Touch is very powerful by itself. It can control all these switchers all over IP, the MC200, the whole HSM line of matrix switchers, the TRK1 kit, and it can control a couple DSPs, and it can even control cameras, right, over TCP/IP, our nodes, which is IP, and of course Versa, right. But without the use of nodes or Versa, it's still really powerful in itself as a control system. It's a node in itself because of what it can do when it combines with other Hive Touches, right? And to show you this real quick, well, I can show you the other Hive Touch, right? So you're able to go in say which panel will control which displays in the room. Configure those here. And this one's configured to control that display. And then you can come in and you can enable this room combo, right? And the first stage to enabling is this Hive sync, right? So if you have a big space with multiple panels, this will enable Hive sync so that the power states will respond to each other. You press power on one panel and both panels shut off their respective displays. When you enable room combine presets, that's when you can tell it to do very specific things when it combines or divides. In this case, we're going to hide certain Versa encoders in each room because the display is only in that room and that source is only in the other room, right? So we have the two or more panels synced up and able to respond to each other from the touch of of either these buttons, or I've already added into this room. And with that, you can use the sensor to also trigger the rooms combining and dividing, just like a wall sensor would, using retractable walls. So you can see here, both of them are both in the combined state. When I press power on one, they both power up. And that's the power of the combination. And this could be 2 rooms, this could be 10 rooms, it could be 100 rooms, and they're all going to just have 2 states combined or divided. And if they're combined, they're going to respond to the power commands. And when they're divided, then they no longer will. And you can see the sources change because that's what we have built in the preset. The same is true right now. If I had the sensor connected and I closed the wall, it would have gone into that divided state. And if I opened up that wall, then it would eventually return to the combined state like it is right now. Let's take a closer look at the Hive Node Mini. This is a microcontrol processor, but don't let its size fool you. Good things can come in small packages. This is POE as well, and it also utilizes IP control, but it converts that control to RS-232, IR, and relay and sensor triggers. It works best with Hive AV as the control system, but can also be used with the Hive KP8, which is a keypad, or with other third-party software. When connected with the RS-232 adapter, it becomes the Hive Node RS-232 kit. It's capable of 2-way serial control, which is most projectors, most displays connecting up the IR. Gives you the Hive Node IR kit. And this kit comes with 3 IR emitters and a triport. And so you're able to use this to control like 3 different cable boxes or 3 different displays discreetly. Not only does it have the capability of controlling one device, but up to 3 devices. Next is the Hive Node Relay. Primarily the relays, which there's 4 of them on the left, are used to control motorized screens and lifts, anything with a motor that will respond to a closing of a circuit. And then on the other side, on the right-hand side, you have the Hive Node sensors. And these are what are typically going to be used with retractable walls. And Hive is designed to react to the opening and closing of these sensors so that it can trigger the room combine and room divide modes. Let's take a closer look at the Hive nodes inside the Hive AV app. I'm in the configure mode, and I'm going to go to devices and nodes. I've already added these, but let's just go in and take a look at all this. This is a Hive Node relay. You just put in the IP address, we hit add, and you have all this information right here. You can go to the product page, or you click on the manual. It also creates a hyperlink, and you can use that to verify the settings of the cable. And each one of these is pretty much the same, right? And you can see that each one gives you information about what you need to set and where you can find additional information. And you can see that right here. And if I wanted to add another one, I would just hit that add button. That's the gist of it. Once you make those connections, it'll automatically change the cable type for you. And then you'll want to use those. Mostly, it'll be either the power presets or presets. So let's go ahead and set up everything in the power presets. And we'll start with the relay. And so typically the relay is going to be a pulse. We're going to set it for a single pull, double throw. And so we're going to pulse that relay 1 second, and that's going to make the screen come down. And I'll add an RS-232, and then we'll pretend that we're controlling a Panasonic projector, and you can see the delimiter. We already set the baud rate earlier. And then let's just set an IR for a display in the room that we're also controlling. We're just going to paste in some IR codes that we either learned in using the utility or that got from the Global Cache website. X is going to save up here in the corner. And we got our power on preset. I'm going to come into power off. We'll do the same thing for the relay. And this time we're going to pulse relay 2. And I'm going to pulse it for another second. And this is going to make the screen go up, right? When we hit that power off button, we're going to tell the projector to shut off using RS-232. POF, which is the real one for Panasonic, I believe. And then we're going to add IR code for that extra display that we're controlling by IR. Paste in that command, and there we go. And it didn't take us long, and we've created 2 presets, each with 3 commands. That's going to lower a screen. It's going to turn a projector on, and it's going to turn display on when I press this power button here. And when I press the power button off, then it's going to raise that screen. It's going to shut off that projector, and then it's going to, turn off the display. Let's look at Versa. Versa, just like the rest of them, is powered over Ethernet, and it's an audio AV over IP system of encoders and decoders. It can be used over managed switches, and it's so you can form a really smart matrix switcher. It can also do a lot of the control that the nodes can, as far as 232 and IR, right? It has those ports on each box. So each endpoint is capable of controlling a device over IR or RS-232 or CEC. That's just from the HDMI cable. Also, it can route audio independently to any of the decoders, and all the audio outputs can be controlled. You can also route USB to create a keyboard and mouse switch to support multiple PCs. It goes with the Hive AV App and the Hive Touch. We can auto discover any Versa on the network, automatically create a very simple, easy to use matrix interface, and create control for any displays and for the audio outputs. Now let's take a look at Versa and the Hive AV app. So anyway, I really want to showcase the Versa discovery feature. Now that I have all Versa connected to the network, I can just click on this, and on the first click, it's going to go out, going to discover all the encoders and all the decoders that are out there. And it's also going to create a hyperlink for each individual one. And from the touch panel, you can just go in and configure each encoder if you really wanted to. It's a really helpful new feature, the auto add. And this creates a matrix really quick. You see, boom, just like that. We already have a matrix switcher built. And from there, we could set up all of our activities. I can select a specific Versa and control that audio out just simply by clicking on it. And this is now going to build a nice little slider for control, and that's controlling the output of this decoder right here. Then I come into power and easily set up some power commands. Versa fully supports CEC and as well as IR and RS-232. Here we're just going to use CEC just to make things simple. But I could easily also set up control using RS-232 or IR. And just like that, we have both audio control, switching, and now power control. And now I can go to the end user interface, is what we like to call that. And then I can turn my system on. And right now my two displays in the room are turning on. And now I'm able to do some switching here easily by selecting a source. And then I could also just shut everything off by pressing the power button. It's that easy. Thanks again for watching this Hive Nodes overview. You can find out more about the Hive Nodes, Versa 4K, and the Hive AV app by watching the other accompanying videos. Thank you.